Hi, this is Jill. This is Friday and it is time for week 3 of tips and techniques, working our way through the alphabet A to Z. Week 3 is color, and you see color all over and colors every place in the world. But when we're making scrapbook pages, we really try to pick the right colors, and sometimes it's kind of hard. So today we're going to start a little bit with back to basics, and this is a color wheel, and it's got all the different colors. If you remember back to primary school, we learned the primary colors. We learned red and yellow and blue, and those are the 3 primary colors. And if you combine them, you combine the red and yellow, you get orange. You combine the yellow and blue and you get green. If you combine the red and the blue, you get violet. So those are the secondary colors. Then you can start combining more. You end up with your red oranges, your yellow oranges, your yellow greens, blue violets, and red violets. This is a close to my heart color wheel. So all of these colors inside are the colors of close to my heart paper and inks that fit into this category. So under pure yellow, you have canary and lemonade. Under violet, you have lilac and grape. Under reds, you've got candy apple, scarlet, cinnamon, desert rose, things like that. And that would apply to anybody's paper. But since it's close to my heart color wheel, that's the color names on here. So if we start out really basic, what we're going to do is we're going to maybe do a monochromatic page, which means we're going to pull one of these categories. And in this case, I'm pulling yellow green, and you pick any colors of that family. And here I've got avocado, fern, and New England ivy, but they work beautifully together. They're sort of different tones on the same color, and it would make a great outdoor page, something like that. Another thing with monochromatic would be blues, and because I only have boys, I have a lot of these. But I pulled out Carolina, Bluebird, and Sapphire. They all work beautifully together, and again, it would make a gorgeous page. But sometimes you want more than monochromatic. So the next step up, so to speak, would be complementary. And complementary colors are very easy. It is colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. And I've got my little handy dandy ruler straight edge. But you've got your orange and your blue. You've got yellow, green, and red violet. Or you've got the ever popular season that we have just passed of red and green. So I've got candy apple and evergreen. And you've got Christmas colors. And I'm sure they were picked because they're opposite each other on the color wheel and they look lovely together. So there you go. And remember, you could always throw neutrals in with any of these colors, any shades on white or gray, or, even like some browns and things like that work great as, to fill in if you want other colors. So you've got your monochromatic, and then you've got your complementary, which are across the wheel from each other. There's something called split complementary colors. And this was a little harder when I kept thinking, what do they mean, split complementary? But what you do is, if you look at the color wheel, you'll see that between yellow and orange, there's yellow-orange. And between green and blue, there's blue-green. So you're going to pick those split colors that are complementary across the color wheel from each other. And so, for example, I am going to take how about yellow, and across from that is violet. So from violet, I'm going to take, sorry about that. I'm taking red violet and yellow green. I have to take the split colors. So I have got sangria here, which comes from the red violet. And then the yellow green, instead of taking something from the yellow green, where I could, pull out the avocado, and these would go together, but I'm going to split it. So I'm going to take one yellow and one green instead of a yellow-green. So I've got the sangria from Red Violet, and then I've got the split ones over here, and I pulled out lemonade and sage. And those three colors really look very nice together. I don't know that I would ever have thought to pull them together myself, but using the color wheel is a great way to come up with some good color combinations that you might not have thought of. The last way we're going to talk about right now is the triad, and you may have seen this before. You take an equilateral triangle. My triangle here is just 2 inches on each side, and if I had a brad, which I probably should have done, you could put it here and then I can spin it around, and what you're going to end up with is 3 colors that are equidistant around the color wheel, and you can put them together. So in this case, I've got Sundance, which comes from yellow-orange. I've got Peacock, which comes from blue-green, and I've got Desert Rose, which comes from red. And again, the colors I might not have pulled out to put them together, but they work beautifully. So play with your color wheel. If you need a color wheel, let me know. I can email you one. Close to My Heart has taken this one step farther, and they have got a couple of books called Love of Color. And basically, you're going to start out, and they go through all the different colors that a paper that Close to My Heart makes. And they show you examples of different layouts, but then they show other colors that work with it based on the color wheel. So in this case, they've got sapphire. They've got, this one is sapphire with candy apple and saffron. Then it goes into sapphire with fern, gold rush, raspberry, and pixie if you want even more. Over here, you've got sapphire with toffee, lagoon, and linen, which is one of the neutral ones. And it goes through all the different colors. So you've got New England ivy, you've got canary, you've got mink. And some of these neutrals you could really use almost any color with. Pewter, you've got flamingo, you've got wisteria. I never would have thought of using a yellow with wisteria. But look how beautiful this is. It's just gorgeous. So that is the Love of Color, and that sort of helps you along if you don't want to play with your color wheel too much. So once you've got your paper decided, you've got your layout done, sometimes you want to add just a little bit more color. Maybe you have a stamp on there that you want to color in. We have our tri-blend markers, which are absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to pull out one right here to show you. They are by Spectrum Noir, but they have 3 different colors on them. There's a light color, a mid color, and a dark color. And each one, you got your light, you got your medium, and you got your dark. They don't look a whole lot different just looking at them, do they? No. So some very wonderful Close to My Heart consultant came up with a chart and shared it with me. But basically these are the names. This case, this is the orange blend, tri-blend marker. So here's the orange blend, and you just take your markers, you fill in a little bit on each color, and then you've got a reference chart. So if I know I want an orange, I come here and say, okay, which color orange do I want? Oh, I think I'm going to use the burnt orange blend medium. And then I'll go grab that marker and I'll know exactly what color I'm going to end up with. So I thought this was absolutely fabulous. So there's this, but then sometimes you use your shimmer brushes, and this time I decided I could do this. So I made a chart for my shimmer brushes. Now there's a few that I don't have yet, a few of the newer colors, but I just took my shimmer brush, which if you don't know what a shimmer brush is, they're like this. These are the most wonderful things in the world. You sort of paint with them, you can color with them, you can highlight with them, but they're shimmery. They're really pretty, and you're not going to be able to tell too much on camera. I think you can a little bit on the gold. You can see the shimmer to it. But these are all the different colors. And I also left room for new colors because you know there's going to be new colors. But I just did this. So then when I go to put a shimmer brush on something or look for a specific color, I've got a reference right here. So all of that to say that color is wonderful. We've got color everywhere around us. There's all sorts of choices when we're doing paper crafting. Use your color wheel. If you're interested in the Love of Color book, let me know. Use your shimmer brushes, your markers, anything you have to add color and brighten up our little corner of the world. Anybody that's watching this, if you want a chart to fill in for yourself for the tri-blend markers or the shimmer brushes, let me know because I can email you those charts and you can fill them in with the brushes and markers that you have, and then you've got your own reference too. So have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week and share color with everybody. Bye-bye.